channel. This is The Life of T and G. I'm Tarek.
And I'm Grace.
And this video is way overdue. Actually, this whole channel is like way overdue. We were supposed to start this back in October of last year.
Yeah.
And we're just now starting. But it's actually a good time to start, like January. It's the beginning of 2018. So it's not bad.
Very good year.
Also, we didn't want to be like inconsistent and like just go out and do a video and not be planned. Like post one video and then not post again for like 2 months. So we've been like planning things out. We have a bunch of videos that we want to get out there, and we'll definitely get those out soon. About a week ago, we actually guys sent us some questions via social media, so we can do a little quick Q&A so you guys can see into our life a little bit. So actually, I have the first question. Or one of the questions we got was, who takes longer to get ready? I would definitely say she takes longer to get ready. That's an obvious question. Like I said, I can just throw clothes on. Takes me like 5-7 minutes to get ready. Her, on the other hand, I say closer to an hour.
It's not an hour. I can easily like throw clothes on and walk out the door, but it's like when I know I'm going somewhere where I'm gonna see people.
If she's doing her makeup, it's gonna take half an hour.
It takes a while.
At least half an hour. Like, I don't know. Yours just takes forever. You got the next one?
Yes, I do. Okay. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why?
If I could change one thing about myself, I would change my sleep pattern. Like me, I know some of y'all like Xbox. If you got Xbox, I'll put my gamer tag in the description later. Call of Duty. I'm up all night playing until like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I wake up like 4 hours later, and I'm just tired like all day. So if I could change one thing, I need to go to sleep earlier.
If I could change one thing, I think it would be to like get out of my head. Like, I can overthink something to like a different planet. Like, it's so bad.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like, her overthinking is like, it's its own brain itself. She has 2 of them, by the way.
Like, I wish I was like simple-minded and I could just like think something and that would be the end of it. But instead I take it to like 20 more levels that it should have never been taken to.
So what's that? That was number 2?
Yeah.
Next question. What was the first thing you noticed about each other? One of the first things I noticed about her, for her age, she's like very mature, like way in advance, like very mature. And I would say that was actually the most important thing that stuck out. You need someone that's very mature, someone that's easy to get along with. They understand where you're coming from, you understand where they're coming from. It just makes the relationship a lot easier.
One of the
first things you noticed, or that we noticed about each other.
I don't know. I guess like when we first met, you were so like persistent. Like never like left me alone. Like so I think that was the first thing that kind of made me like, damn, I want to be with you.
Sticking to you.
Yeah, like crazy.
You have the next one?
Yeah. It's number 4. What is one thing the other does that you wish you could change?
One thing that you do that I wish I could change. Like the previous question, you're overthinking. That's the biggest thing, just overthinking. Like it'll be something small and it'll turn into something big. And I'd say that's probably the biggest thing I'll change. You're overthinking. What would you change?
I think I would make you more, okay, not make you. If I could change, I would want you to be more sympathetic. Like there are times when we're mad at each other and he's like, okay. Like, and I'm like explaining like in detail how I feel and he's like, okay. And that's it. Like that's the only thing. And if I'm like,
how I've always been, like I'm just a simple person. Like, it's not that I'm trying to be like a tough guy, like I don't show emotions or anything. That's just how I am. I'm just simple.
Even like if I have problems and I go to him to kind of like have him be like, oh, it's okay, like don't worry about it. He's like, yeah. He's like, damn, that sucks. Like I get nothing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Keep life simple.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's see, the next one. Another question we were asked. What is the main thing you fight about? The main thing we fight about. I would say the main thing we fight about is...
We fight about like a lot of little things.
It varies. Most of it's like we're trying to prove each other wrong.
Yeah.
That's probably the main thing, trying to prove each other
like,
wrong.
Like, we're both so stubborn.
Yeah, a lot.
And that causes like so much more, like, that takes it on a deeper level than it never should have been. Because he thinks one way and I think another way, and instead of being like...
And we never try to agree. We just try to...
Yeah. Like, we try to be like, no, like, I'm right.
We try to argue our sides, and it just prolongs the argument, like, all day.
And so, like, I'm kind of like, okay, like, I was wrong.
Yeah, she's the problem solver.
Even though...
She's the problem solver. So you got the next one?
Yes. What is it, number 6? Mm-hmm. Okay. What are you most insecure about?
What am I most insecure about? Probably you. Like, one of my biggest things is, I don't like when she walks behind me. Like, it just makes me feel like she's not there. Like, I'm just constantly like, looking back to make sure, like, nobody took her. There's a lot of weird people in the world, but,
yeah.
That's probably my biggest insecurity, is making sure she's, like, right there. Like, if we're hanging out that day, when we go in public is the main thing. So I just want to make sure she's like right there, and not just like, and then like she can be in another aisle, like we'll go shopping, and I can go find something for me, she'll go find something for her. It doesn't work out that way. Like I literally go with her shopping, and I wait till she's done, and then we go to my place. I don't know, I can't leave her alone. Like it just runs through my mind like everything.
There are some times when like you don't know how hard it was to go Christmas shopping, or like even his birthday, he knew what all of his presents were, like. Because I'm like, okay, like, go do your own thing. So
we would go to a store and she'd be like, close your eyes.
Yeah, I'd
That's
be like,
how bad it was.
I'd be like, okay, you can't know what this one is, like, just close your eyes. And he's like, no. And one time we literally got into an argument because I was like, go outside of the store and wait for me. And he's like, no, like, I'm not leaving you in the store alone.
I can't help it. One thing you're insecure about?
I would definitely say like my biggest problem is like how I look. Like that stresses me out. Even like before we made this, like I was like, no, like I look awful.
She checked herself in the mirror for like a good 10 minutes.
Like.
Good 10 minutes.
I don't know. Yeah, so it's definitely like how other people see me makes me so insecure. And it's not even like I view myself like not like pretty or like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, if I see you all, like, everyone sees themselves.
Like, obviously, you guys know she looks good. You can tell how good she looks in the comments. I know she looks good.
Like, everyone sees themselves, I feel like, at a lower level than what they actually are. Mm-hmm. So, that's definitely my biggest insecurity.
Another question we were asked, what has kept your relationship strong?
Me.
Pretty much her. And a main thing is communication. Like, we have very good communication. We still argue our differences. At the end of the day, it gets solved. I'd tell you the main thing is communication. Like, that's the biggest key. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and it took us, like, a while to learn that.
It took us a while.
Like...
But, that's most relationships. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna take time. Not everything's gonna be smooth the whole time. You're gonna have your rough patches at the beginning, but
yeah,
overall,
like when we were first together, it would be like we'd argue and then be like, okay, like I'll see you when I see you, and like wouldn't talk to each other. As if now it's like, even though it's mainly me, it's like, okay, like after an hour, I'm like, that was stupid, like
right.
It's not worth it. Like we're better than that.
So I'd say pretty much that'd probably be the biggest thing that keeps our relationship strong. Communication, pretty much.
Okay. What do you like most about each other?
One thing I like most about her is, like I said, she's mature. And she's always thinking about others other than herself. Literally, she's like always making food all the time. Because I eat a lot. I'll eat anything, you name it. She's always making food. Like, that's the main thing. Like, that's one thing I like about her. I would say that's the main thing. That's not why I got with her. That's just one thing I really like about her a lot. She's like, she doesn't think about just herself. She thinks about like not even just food, like anything. She'll go out and get food, and she'll text me and she'll ask me what I want. Just simple things like that.
Thanks, bud.
Anything about you?
You mean what I like most about you?
Yeah, what do you like most about me?
I definitely that like you're very like always make sure that I'm like okay, like even like our first date, he like didn't go, like he didn't leave until I was like in the house safely, like after he dropped me off, or like I definitely like it that he doesn't, even though it's weird sometimes, but I definitely like it that he doesn't like to like leave me alone, because even like a few weeks ago we went shopping and he's in the changing room and he's like, can you get me a different size like pair of pants? And I'm like, oh my god, like I had to go back to the guys section like by myself. I'm having like a panic attack, like oh my god, I'm gonna get taken, like where's Tarek? Like it was awful. So I definitely like that you're always like you're down with being with me.
Got to, always. Let's see. One of the last questions I was asked, how did we meet? It was around December of last year. I was a senior in high school, and my team had a basketball game against her team. Actually, we went to small little charter private schools, whatever you want to call it. And it was a game. It was like a Friday night or whatever. So we were playing. It was halftime. I actually didn't play that game because I had a concussion. I was shooting around at halftime, and I looked over at the scoreboard because she was doing like the stat sheets.
I would always do the books for my school's team.
Yes, she was doing the stat sheets, and I looked over, and I was like, she looks familiar. Because I've never seen that person. I was like, she looks familiar. So I was like, actually, I think that's the girl I was texting about 2 months earlier. She heard me back in August. We were texting. I found her. I was just looking through Instagram, and I came across her page, DM'd her.
It wasn't Instagram.
It was Instagram.
No, it wasn't.
Twitter.
That was the second time.
Twitter?
It was Twitter.
Twitter.
So,
I DM'd her on Twitter.
He had followed me on Twitter, and I was like, so this was way back last August, like 2016 August. And I saw one of his tweets, and it was his pinned tweet, and it had gotten like so many likes or whatever. And it was like a real ass tweet. Like it was, yeah, like it was nice. So obviously, like I liked and retweeted it, you know, like. And I knew that it was going to get his attention.
Yeah, once she did that, I was like, alright, I got to DM her.
Yeah, so he DM'd me, we talked for like a day, because his his Twitter picture was him like freshman year. So I was like...
I wasn't like, in high school I wasn't really a big picture guy, like I didn't take many pictures.
Like I look old for my
age. Like, we have pictures, a lot of guys have pictures from like years ago, like I didn't have a recent picture. So I just went from freshman year, and I was bald.
Yeah,
he was
bald.
bald.
He was like this tall, like, and I was like, I look old for my age. Like, I look like I can be like out of high school, out of whatever. And so I was like, I can't be walking around town like me looking like I'm 20 and him looking like he's 12. Like, so basically.
We texted for how long? About
like 2 days.
We texted
max.
for like two days, and then she just.
And then it kind of just like fell off, whatever. And so then in December, and it was crazy because I wasn't following him on Instagram. So like, you know how when you don't follow someone, when they DM you, it goes into like a separate page of like, do you
like a little,
like a request type thing.
Like the requested part.
So I don't know, one night it was like 2 in the morning. I just got home from like a friend's birthday party, and I was like, like that was weird. So I'll go check him out, and I read through him, and he said, hey, was that you at the basketball game?
That was my pickup line.
That was the one
worked.
that got me.
It was lame, but it worked.
Yeah, and I was like, obviously you gotta act dumb. I was like, what game, huh?
Yeah, that was cheesy.
Yeah.
That was cheesy.
But then, okay, talk about cheesy. You were like, so, you know about basketball? I was like, I mean, I do the books for him.
It worked.
So,
it worked.
It's been history ever since.
You have the last question?
Sure.
Do you have a bonus question also?
Yeah.
We also have a bonus question.
There was a question that someone sent in that I thought it was like such a funny story that I had to make a bonus question. Okay, so I'll do this one first. What was our first date?
Our first date was actually the first day we hung out, December 23rd. Here in Charlotte, we have the Carolina Speedway, NASCAR Speedway or whatever, and around Christmas time, like the week of Christmas, they do like a light show on the racetrack, and so we do that every year, and that was actually our first time. We went this year for the second time. So went on the tracks, we did all that, we went through all the lights, listened to the music, and after that, our first date was McDonald's.
Yeah. He took me to McDonald's. And literally he asked me out like, okay, this story is awful. If you ever want to get a girl, don't do what he did because I was so mad at him.
Don't do it the way I did.
So we had just ordered, and you know that like awkward point between when you order your food and like before you get to the window. For some reason there was like a long ass line at 11 o'clock at night. And so I'm sitting there like on my phone, whatever. He's like, come here, like I gotta tell you a secret. So I'm like, okay, like what do you have to tell me? And he freaking took a lighter and like lit it in my face, like almost lit my hair on fire. Like I was so mad. So obviously like I totally went to the other side of the car, was like, don't talk to me, whatever. He's like, okay, like seriously this time I got something to tell you. So I like leaned in. He was like, will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, that was really lame.
That's the OG. That's the OG pickup.
I was like, that was really lame, but like, yeah, sure.
That was.
In the McDonald's.
That's the first thing that came to my head.
McDonald's drive-thru.
In the McDonald's drive-thru. Give me a thumbs up. You gotta give me a thumbs up. You gotta like this video just for that.
Just for that awesome story.
So we also have a bonus question for you guys.
Yes. Who said I love you first?
Actually, I was the first one to say it.
Yes, you were.
And a little story behind that. We were texting, and it was early in the relationship. How long? About 2?
It was like a week into the relationship.
It was like a week or 2 into the relationship.
And we had gotten into an argument. And so like we weren't texting because obviously like at the beginning I was like, okay, like if this is how it's gonna be, it's not worth my time. Like I just stopped answering, like whatever. I wasn't answering his texts. And then I couldn't fall asleep because I was like so nervous that it was like our first fight. And I get this text and he's like, you know what, like it's not worth it, but he's like, and I think I love you. And I was like,
I was for sure saying it. I was just saying in a way like I didn't want her to think I was like crazy
because
like,
we were dating for a week.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna say it like this just so like if she thinks I'm crazy, I can take it back.
And I'm pretty sure I was like, I think I love you too. Like if that's how you're gonna do it.
And from there I knew we were good.
Yeah. But no, I definitely loved you. I just didn't want to tell you.
So the bonus question, right?
Yes, it was.
So that's it for our questions. Also, shout out to the girls at Dunkin' Donuts on Independence. They showed us, actually they recognized us. We literally just posted this video and they recognized who we were.
Went subscribed, like showed us so much love and support. It was the cutest thing.
Yeah, so we thank you guys for that. Hope you guys keep on watching. Also, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.